Welcome to another episode of Sound Designers React. This time we're going to be talking about some video games. I'm David.
I'm Dallin.
And we're both from Voices Now, where we're here to show you some sound design from Homeworld. Homeworld is a game that came out in 1999, now that we have that straight. It's a game that's... I really like it for a lot of different reasons, but we're going to be focusing a little bit on sound design. Do you know anything about Homeworld?
I know nothing. This is my first experience with it.
Okay, so I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the original game and a little bit of the remaster. I think the remaster doesn't do what the original game does quite as simply, but I'll show you a little bit of both. So Homeworld is a RTS, a real-time strategy game that is in three-dimensional space. You are controlling spaceships and doing a lot of fun maneuvers, and it's a great game. What I want to show you, what I want you to listen for, is scale.
And like right off the bat, the menu music and sounds are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Not too often do I just sit and listen to menu music. This really is setting the atmosphere.
I think that's the closest I can get to our pink. I can get our pink on the stripe. All right.
Ooh,
and then
good.
Base color, we've got to do kind of a...
Like a white?
White. Yeah, let's do a white. So, okay, there we go.
There we
Voices Now, colors.
In space.
Here we go. So, a couple things right off the bat that I love. The music's really good.
The music is great.
But what you saw there just for a second was the sensors array, which has a nice...
Yeah.
I'm going to send my guy off to go research some stuff. And then, what I was talking about scale.
Group 1 designated.
If I zoom all the way out, you only have the music.
Right. Oh, yeah, and as you zoom in, the sound effects of each individual ship kind of get louder.
Now let
That's
me show you further. So I'm going to give these guys a command to go fly. Nothing? You've also got cool 3D audio too.
Oh, yeah.
This is 1999, mind you. This was kind of incredible. I'm going to tell them to attack these guys. Battle from a distance. Kind of have a little... But I can zoom in close. The original release was for PC. I'd never had a console release. So you have cool shooty sounds when they're close, including of individual ships.
Fun.
But I can zoom out,
Attack complete. Entering.
and then it kind of fades off. So I think a lot of that's just done with EQ curves, kind of dropping off high-end stuff and making low-end come through.
Yeah,
One
you
thing
can
that a lot
tell.
of people love about this game
Delta formation confirmed.
is that all the dialogue that you hear are from just working Joes, basically. And it feels like that. It feels like people doing their jobs and being professional, which works really well for what it is.
Target destroyed. Entering holding pattern.
And there's a lot of fun effects on each of the voices. You
Yeah.
know, like that one, for instance, almost sounds like it's over. I don't know what's the right word, like an intercom,
Radio kind of thing.
a radio type thing. Whereas the other voice, this one here, it's got.
The next trial will test the performance of the salvage corvette.
You can kind of hear a bit of reverb on it, almost like you're in a spaceship hall.
Yeah.
You know, and it's on the intercom. That would be the intercom, I guess.
So it's you've got,
Available resources consumed.
and you'll notice her voice sounds really front and center. And it's because she's wired into a computer and talking to you through a computer. And so if, for example, I were to take the music out just for a second and we just focus on the sound effects, you'll notice total silence when you're far away, specific sound effects for each ship, even ones like this that you can't control. Okay, so here we are. Got some sound effects.
Oh yeah, so there's definitely a gradual change in the sound
Right.
as the camera moves further back. So I imagine there's some sort of proximity variable that's adjusting these sound effects.
So in terms of scale, I think it does it really well. I'm dealing with a really small fleet right here.
Target selected for salvaging.
Let me get into the remaster where I'm a little bit farther into the game so I can show you kind of a larger scale battle. Okay, so this is the remaster. I think it does a lot of things really well. There are some complaints about specific game mechanics, but that's neither here nor there. But I think the sound kind of remains good. So this is kind of, I'm going to show off the scale here, but in a wider battle. Now that I have a giant fleet.
Got it.
Spoilers for the game.
Something's wrong. We've been pulled out of hyperspace. We're still inside the nebula.
It's a trap.
So yeah, you still have that
Sensors detect
zooming out.
hyperspace inhibitors in a triangular formation. Even one can keep us from entering hyperspace.
Kind of hear little explosions as things are going down.
We got company.
Zoom in a little bit closer, you hear some more battle happening.
Your targets. Group 2 copies. Group 2 copies.
If I focus on this attack bomber, you have more kabooms. And
We're under fire. All stations reported by the numbers.
This is looking good. Stay tight.
And you also have a lot of chatter, as the units are talking when you're close.
We've got enemy contact.
There's a little bit less when you're far away.
This is looking good.
But then you got that scale thing where
Group 7 reports in.
I'd be interested in directly comparing the sounds as well without the music.
yeah. Let's turn that music off again.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting transition. I was not expecting there to be
The fade out.
a fade out on that. Yeah.
You have more explosions going on.
Ion cannon frigate heavily damaged. Group 2, we're under fire. Group 1 copies. Intercept course punched in.
Stay on top of them.
All personnel code red.
Standing by.
Frigate lost.
Moving to intercept.
Frigate under
I'm not
attack.
playing at a very high level right now,
Emerging from hyperspace.
but
Wow, these laser sounds are sweet.
from far away.
Group 5.
You can hear this one on fire.
What they call.
All personnel, code red.
Group 7 under attack. Frigate lost.
Light fire confirmed.
Group 5 under attack.
Frigate under attack. We're under fire.
Group 2 destroyed.
Acknowledged.
Now this is a larger scale battle than what we were looking at earlier, but I can definitely, I feel like I can hear more
Target
of the little things.
stations look sharp.
I can hear more of the sound effects from further away, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
And obviously there's more going on compared to...
Right.
Are an identical match to the Kartoba.
Anyways.
It's fascinating how the music and all of these sound effects and chatter just all kind of come together to like form this like
One destroyed.
a massive space battle. And it's pretty sweet.
And do it well,
Mm-hmm.
So I love this game.
Enemy
And
frigate captured.
it does scale really well. The music's really good too, but in terms of sound design, that's kind of what I wanted to show you.
Well, cool. Thanks for showing me.
Yeah.
Under fire.
We hope you enjoyed this little look at some sound design in video games. We've got more coming up, so if you keep your eyes out, you may see more.